This is Nakia Humphrey with DMP Productions, and I'm standing outside Kennesaw Hall where the office of Joe Head, the Associate Vice President of Enrollment and Dean of Admissions, is located. In May, Head will be retiring after 26 years at KSU. Head oversaw Kennesaw's transformation from enrollment of 5,000 students to over 22,000. We spoke to Dr. King, Vice President of Student Success and Enrollment Services, about Head's retirement.
Because he built the admissions area. In fact, he built the enrollment services part of our division. And it would not even exist in the way that it is now had it not been for Joe Head. It's going to be remembered, first of all, as the person who did build the enrollment services area here at KSU. You know, some people retire and we miss them and we think of them fondly, but they don't leave a real legacy. And for Joe Head, that legacy will be our enrollment services division. No question about that. But I'll also remember him as the absolute epitome of someone who lives their core beliefs, their faith, their values. He is a man of the highest integrity. And that's one of the things I have valued most about him throughout the years.
Head's influence resounds around the campus, and he will be fondly remembered.
This is Tiger Woods, and as you may know, I was recently involved in an automobile accident due to me texting while driving. Although I could drive a golf ball 150 feet, I cannot drive a car the same distance while texting. So when you are out there driving today, make sure to pull over if you need a text message. The following PSA is brought to you by ASS, the Association of Safer Streets.
Some sort of window to your right as he goes left.
Today on DMP Insiders with Trent and Brendan, we will interview Mr. Joe Head, Assistant Vice President and Director of Enrollment Services. We will also be interviewing Susan Blake, his assistant.
I'm here with Susan Blake, assistant to Mr. Head, the Dean of Admissions. How are you doing today, Ms. Blake?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm excellent. I'm going to ask you a few questions about what it's been like with working with Mr. Head.
Okay.
So describe some of your experiences. How is it working with Mr. Head?
Oh, well, it's been a wonderful experience. He has been a tremendous leader and a great mentor in this profession. He's known, really, within our profession, he's known nationally, and it's been an honor to work with him, and I feel like I've learned a lot from him.
Excellent. With that being said, it seems that you think of Mr. Head rather highly. If you have any advice for the next Dean of Admissions who will come in, what would you say to him or her?
I would say that the people in this office are well trained, and they know their jobs. Definitely not an area where we have to be micromanaged, but we are forward thinking, and we know how to get the job done. Anybody coming in new always brings their own talents, and so to develop their talents, and that might be an area that we can grow in the office that might be a different direction.
Okay. I think that's all the questions I have for you today, Ms. Blake.
Well,
Thank you very much.
My name is Joe Head, and I have been in this business for 38 years. Always been in enrollment services, enrollment management, admissions registrar, financial aid profession. And I began my career in 1972 in a small private women's Baptist college, which actually has turned out to be the best preparation, training, an admissions officer and enrollment service officer professional could have because of the intensity of the lessons there at a single-sex institution. So I worked there for 7 years, and I was at Georgia Southern in Statesboro, was there for 5 years, and then I've been at Kennesaw State now for 26 years.
So what did Kennesaw look like when you arrived? I know they weren't a university yet, but just kind of give us an idea of what it looked like when you first arrived.
Well, actually, I'll answer that two ways. When I was in high school, I'm a local student, native. I'm from Bartow County, Cartersville. And when I was in high school, during the summers, I was released from my normal job during the year. After high school, I was working in a men's shop. And during the summer, I would work with the construction crews, and we were building I-75. I-75 did not exist. So one particular summer, we were working on this stretch right here that was not completed or built, and the foreman of that day asked me, are you going to college? And I said, well, yes, I'm thinking about it. And this was about 1966. And he said, well, they're building one right there. And I had no idea. And so during lunch, I climbed up on the grade and I looked, and I saw nothing but buildings being erected and grading going on, and dirt, piles of dirt and gravel. Well, some years later, I wound up here in 1983-84. My wife and I came, and we had barely 5,000 students. There were probably 8 or 9 buildings on the campus total. And from that day, I've seen the enrollment quadruple from 5,000 to almost 23,000. We're 22,500 right now.
So where do you see Kennesaw going in the future?
Only up. The future for Kennesaw State is extremely bright. It's a player. It will soon be, if not already, a candidate for a national university. It's on its way. It's the 3rd largest university in the state of Georgia regarding enrollment, not necessarily in acreage, but in enrollment. Programs, athletics, the quality of students, the honor students that we have, quality of the faculty that we have, name recognition is just powerful. So where is Kennesaw going? We're going to continue to expand our footprint here in Cobb County as far as acreage. We're probably going to be on all 4 of the corners of the interstate in the next few years. By 2020, we'll probably exceed 20, from where we are now, 20,000 plus students. We'll probably go to 30,000 plus students. And we'll be a name powerhouse institution is our destiny, is what I think.
So what advice would you give, or have you given, to the person that takes over the job that you currently hold now, just for the future?
Right. Well, that plan is already in motion. There is a successor that has been named, which you may or may not know, Kim West, who is the current registrar. The advice that I would give to him is don't take his eye off the ball. Kennesaw is going to be growing with or without us, but it'll grow better with our help, with our skills.
Finally, just wanted to ask you, what are you looking forward to most about retirement?
Oh, freedom. Flexibility, freedom particularly. There's so many things that I've put off. I have been a good soldier, a good company man. I've always been here. I've put my personal life off too often, family. There's some traveling I want to do, some specific places I want to go, and I have some hobbies that I want to enjoy a bit more. Many house projects, and the wife has honeydew this without a doubt. There's some consulting that I want to do, and I've already been asked about a couple of opportunities that may come my way to do that. But the one big word is freedom. I'm really going to be able to enjoy finally not knowing I've got to get up every day and be here and cover this office, cover the 3 offices, or cover the meetings. I've been an anchor, and I've been steadfast with that, and I'm going to be very willing to let that go.
Well, thank you first of all for everything that you brought to Kennesaw State University, and thank you for being with us today.
Well, you're certainly welcome, and I would end by saying that there have been many good people around me that have been most supportive. Couldn't have done it without them. The people, the staff here, and certainly my supervisor, my VP, Nancy King. So I would not want to be remiss without mentioning those people. Could not have done it without them.
Thank you again.
Thank you.